Stop everything you're doing right now and listen to me. Aries, you did not click on this video by chance, and it wasn't an algorithm that brought you here. It was the exact timing of your energetic cycle finally catching up to you. I can feel the heavy anticipation you have been carrying in silence, that exhausting feeling of waiting for a breakthrough while watching others get theirs so easily. But do not look away now, because the rare sign you have been praying for has finally crossed the threshold. If you don't understand the energy surrounding it today, the exact same invisible block will try to hide it from you again. I know how exhausted you are from waiting. I know what it feels like to do everything right, only to doubt if your breakthrough will ever arrive. But what you are experiencing right now is the lighthouse that finally cuts through a thick, artificial fog. You will understand why the thing you have been waiting for the most was the exact thing that took the longest to arrive. You will discover the hidden energetic circle that delayed this sign. You will learn how to identify the exact moment this rare sign manifests. You will see how to protect this new arrival from the eyes that never wanted you to win. And before this message closes, I will tell you a phrase about your life that you will carry for the next few months. Have you ever felt that there is a strange, heavy exhaustion that washes over you right when you are about to finally get an answer? As if something inside you knew that not everyone wants to see this door open for you, but your logical mind just hasn't accepted it yet. And what if this endless waiting, the sudden blocks, and the exhaustion are not a matter of bad timing, but a sign that the universe is trying to show you the spiritual envy that is intercepting your path? While many pretend that spiritual envy doesn't exist, few realize that every stalled project can carry an unspoken jealousy, an invisible chain and a spiritual circle of delay that hasn't been broken yet. But what if the great breakthrough is in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why does everything stall in my life just when it is about to work out? What if every project that died the night before had launched every compliment that tasted bitter? Every time your intuition screamed, but you ignored it. Every heavy energy after certain conversations and this constant feeling of waiting for a sign that never seems to arrive were signs of a spiritual envy that you have ignored for way too long. It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This book is not just a read, it is a revelation created for Aries who want to understand where this delaying energy comes from, cut the invisible cords of envy, the evil eye, and the silent sabotage shield your energy, so you can finally receive your signs without any interference. Many Aries already feel they need to protect themselves from this energy surrounding them, but haven't yet made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But pay attention, the access may go offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform your path. Do not wait for another massive breakthrough to be delayed at the last second to seek protection. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the envy that tried to delay your arrival might be the exact proof that the universe has prepared a sign for you that is simply too powerful to be ignored. If this first word has already touched something inside you, write, "My sign is protected" down below. Not for me, but because another Aries who is exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach, right in the first pinned comment. I will come back to it in a moment. You are still processing this right now, feeling that chill of recognition on the back of your neck. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I do not receive a single cent for any of these messages I deliver here every day. Nothing at all. And even so, they keep coming out every single day for you and for every Aries who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wishes to give back a little of what you received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any amount your heart points to. This is what keeps this channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another Aries tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I'll wait for you there, Aries. I haven't even told you the most important thing yet. There are 4 signs that this circle is already acting upon you, and you will recognize at least one of them. Breathe with me for a second, Aries. I want you to lower your guard, let go of the need to have everything figured out, and just listen to the frequency of what is happening around you. We spend so much time fighting the delays that we forget to examine the walls that are keeping us trapped. Notice how your body reacts to what I am going to say now. There is a profound difference between a natural pause and a forced stall. Your energetic field knows the difference, even if your logical mind is trying to convince you that you are just being impatient. The truth is, there are 4 very specific moments when this invisible circle of delay manifests in your physical reality, trying to disguise itself as everyday problems. The first sign is that sudden chill in good news. It is that specific Tuesday afternoon when you finally received a small piece of good news, a tiny victory, and instead of feeling joy, a sudden heavy knot formed in your stomach. It felt as if someone in the room was silently disapproving of your happiness. You called it being paranoid about other people's intentions. The universe called it your Aries intuition, feeling the weight of the envious gaze. This wasn't anxiety, it was your field detecting the envious energy trying to dim your spark. The second sign is the draining encounter. You know what it is to wake up completely exhausted on a Saturday morning after spending just 1 hour the night before with that person who constantly asks about your progress but never celebrates your wins. For some of you, this appears as an unexplainable physical exhaustion. For others, it is a sudden wave of self-doubt. You called it a string of bad luck. The universe called it an invisible circle of delay. This wasn't physical tiredness. It was a spiritual drain siphoning the momentum of your sign. The third sign is the blocked finish line. It is that frustrating moment late at night, staring at your phone, watching a project or a conversation stall at the exact 99% mark for absolutely no logical reason. You pushed, you fought, you did the work, but the final door simply refused to turn on its hinges. You called it a lack of timing. The universe called it a spiritual interception. It was the invisible circle tightening right before your breakthrough could solidify. The fourth sign is the false echo. It happens when you hear someone repeat your exact idea or take credit for your unseen effort in a meeting or a family gathering, while you have to sit there in absolute silence. They take the frequency you built and try to claim it as their own. This wasn't a coincidence. And it certainly wasn't just them being insensitive. It was the envious energy trying to steal the frequency of your upcoming sign, testing your boundaries to see if you would surrender your light. These signs have a common origin, and it has a name. But before the name, you need something else. There is a path of protection, and I'm going to open it right now, before the name, before the word. Because anyone who carries the weight of this invisible circle of delay needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay. And it is exactly here that the path of protection opens. The signs that just hit you didn't hit by chance, Aries. They never do. You might have tried to rationalize them away, telling yourself that everyone goes through rough patches or that you just need to work a little harder to push through the resistance. But deep down you know the truth. It is that sudden chill in the room that isn't the weather. It's an energetic wall that closes in every time you get close to your breakthrough. It is a physical sensation, an invisible weight that settles on your chest right when the finish line is in sight, draining your vitality for no logical reason. There is a cold, quiet voice inside you that already recognizes this interference. It is an instinct that tells you not everyone clapping for you actually wants to see you win, even if your logical mind hasn't fully accepted it yet. You have been ignoring this intuition because as an Aries, your nature is to charge forward to face obstacles head-on, not to look over your shoulder for hidden enemies. But the universe is putting this heavy exhaustion and these sudden blocks in your way as a cosmic warning. It is a desperate attempt to expose the spiritual envy that is intercepting your path before it steals your next big arrival. I have seen Aries who are exactly where you are right now. I have seen the exhaustion in their eyes, the silent frustration of doing everything right, playing by the rules and still watching the final door refuse to open. I have seen them sit in silence after a victory, feeling completely drained instead of triumphant, wondering why success feels so heavy. I have watched them blame their timing, question their own choices, and slowly dim their own fire, entirely unaware that their energy was being hijacked just outside their walls. They carried the weight of an invisible siege, fighting battles they were never meant to fight, simply because they could not see the cords attached to their momentum. The doors that slammed shut at the last second, the friendships that went cold when you started succeeding, the sensation of carrying jealous eyes that no one will admit to. It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This is not a simple read, and it is certainly not generic advice. It is a profound revelation, a tactical manual designed specifically to cut the invisible cords of envy, the evil eye, and the silent sabotage that have been tethering your momentum for months. It maps out exactly how to shield your energy, clear your field, and secure the perimeter of your life, so you can finally receive your signs without any interference. It gives you the exact words and the exact posture to return that heavy energy to its sender, without pointing fingers, without creating drama, but with absolute spiritual authority. Because you must understand this one truth, Aries. A sign delayed by envy is never a sign denied. The invisible circle only holds power while you remain blind to the fog. But you cannot afford to wait any longer, because this cosmic window does not wait. The energy is shifting right now, and the gap to protect your arrival is narrow. Every day you spend without this path is another door stalling at the 99% mark for no logical reason. Every week you leave your energy unprotected is another false echo claiming your hard work. Another draining encounter, siphoning the momentum you desperately need to cross the threshold. Each moment of delay allows that heavy gaze to sit on your shoulders again tomorrow morning, making you doubt everything you just saw. Do not wait for the invisible circle to tighten again before you open the map. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it now while this word is still alive inside you, and secure the complete energetic shielding that only this specific path maps out entirely. Take a deep breath right now. Drop your shoulders. Feel that heavy tension on the back of your neck for just a second, and then consciously release it. You have been fighting a thick artificial fog that was never meant to be fought with your bare hands. It was blown into your path by those who wanted you lost at sea. But the lighthouse is already cutting through the smoke, illuminating the edges of that invisible siege, proving that your breakthrough was never lost. It was just intercepted. Now, the light is too strong, the fog is finally lifting, and you are taking your power back. You are claiming what is yours. And as I told you earlier, Aries, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I still don't receive a single cent for every message that goes out from here to you. That is why this link exists, so that another Aries tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Any amount that your heart points to. Every gesture like this keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach whoever needs it, exactly as it arrived to you today. What is acting against you has a shape, and it has a deadline. And now, with the path before you, the name descends. You have spent the last few months trying to find a logical explanation for why your life felt like it was walking through thick mud. You questioned your own choices, you reviewed your steps, and you wondered if you simply missed your chance. But I need you to look at the exact nature of this delay, Aries. It wasn't your lack of effort. It wasn't a cosmic punishment. It wasn't bad timing. It is an energetic interception, and its cure has a precise name: the arrival of the golden anchor. This is not a metaphor. It is a tangible cosmic window that has just opened over your sign in these exact days. The arrival of the golden anchor is the sudden, undeniable manifestation of the exact sign you have been praying for. It is the heavy, golden weight of truth striking the ground, shattering the invisible circle of spiritual envy that kept your breakthrough hidden. You called it a string of bad luck. The universe called it an invisible circle of delay. You called it a lack of timing. The universe called it a spiritual interception. You called it being paranoid about other people's intentions. The universe called it your Aries intuition, feeling the weight of the envious gaze. This heavy gaze thrives in the dark, feeding on your uncertainty. But the arrival of the golden anchor changes the frequency of your entire reality. It is the cosmic window that brings the concrete breakthrough you were denied. For a long time, the envious energy around you acted like a thick, artificial fog. It was specifically designed to obscure your vision and make you doubt your own intuition. But the arrival of the golden anchor is too massive, too bright, and too heavy to be intercepted. The cosmic window we are in right now does not tolerate interference. It forces the invisible cords to snap. The sign you have been waiting for is finally here. Think of a great fortress surrounded by an invisible siege. For months, the brave guards inside thought the supply lines were just naturally delayed. They rationed their strength. They doubted their own maps. They looked out into the blank horizon and almost surrendered to the deafening silence. They thought the kingdom had forgotten them. But there was a layer beneath that silence. The truth was that an enemy camp was quietly intercepting every single messenger just outside the tree line. They were hiding the fact that reinforcements were already there. The guards did not need to train harder. They did not need to fight better. They just needed to see the interception for what it was. It is exactly where you are right now, Aries. The sign you have been waiting for was never lost. It was actively intercepted by the unspoken envy surrounding your walls. But the arrival of the golden anchor is the ultimate reinforcement. The siege is breaking today, and the fog is dissipating so you can finally see the open road. I saw you staring at that screen late at night, watching your progress stall for no logical reason, feeling completely drained. I felt the exact moment your heart sank, when you almost convinced yourself that you were meant to carry this frustration forever. I am not sending you another trial, and I am not asking for more patience. I am sending you the blinding light that exposes the thieves at your door because you have endured enough of the silence, and I am returning your stolen time. There is a man who carried this same heavy delay for years. He was brilliant, driven, a true Aries with a heart full of fire. Yet every single time he was about to receive the exact answer he needed, everything would inexplicably stall at the 99% mark. He thought he was the problem. He exhausted his spirit trying to fix flaws he did not even have, and then he realized the delay wasn't his. It was the heavy energy of those around him who secretly dreaded his success. He recognized the artificial fog. He understood that his light was triggering the insecurities of people who wanted to keep him small. The moment he stopped questioning his timing and started cutting off the spiritual envy, the sign he waited 5 years for arrived in less than 5 days. What changed in him was the absolute refusal to let another person's jealousy dictate the speed of his life. He claimed the arrival of the golden anchor, and the invisible circle shattered completely. You are listening to this right now, feeling a sudden deep heat rising in your chest because a specific memory of a blocked door just flashed in your mind. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name. This revelation of the intercepted sign does not just change what you are waiting for, it changes who you are while you wait. You have spent so much time identifying with the struggle, thinking that your resilience was your only defining trait, that you forgot who you were before the heavy gaze of envy settled on your shoulders. It is time to name the specific roles you have been forced to play inside this artificial fog, because the moment you recognize them, their grip on your identity shatters. There are 3 ways this invisible circle forced you to carry its weight. First, you became the waiting warrior. You exhausted your inner firefighting battles that were meant to be won in absolute silence, constantly defending your right to receive what was already yours. You took pride in your endurance, believing that if you just fought harder, the doors would open, never realizing that the war itself was a distraction designed to drain your energy. Then, you were forced to become the hidden spark. You are an Aries, born to blaze, but you learned to dim your own light just so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable around your natural brilliance. You started minimizing your victories and hiding your good news, mistakenly believing that if you played small, the heavy gaze would finally leave you alone. Finally, you became the blocked pioneer. Aries carves the path. Aries breaks the ground. You did all the heavy lifting. You cleared the way, but you were spiritually held back from walking it, watching others effortlessly stroll down the exact road you built. You felt the profound injustice of this, a deep, silent ache of knowing you were meant for the destination, not just the hard labor. Aries carries Aries sustains. Aries does not ask for help. But you were never meant to carry the resentment of a path intercepted by envy. Notice your chest right now. Feel that deep, undeniable heat expanding behind your ribs. This heat has a name. It is the immediate physical recognition of a truth your soul has known all along. You are not a victim of bad timing, and you are not meant to be a permanent warrior fighting invisible ghosts. You are the rightful owner of the arrival of the golden anchor, and this sudden warmth you feel is your energetic field finally remembering its true, unburdened shape. But this identity that has just been declared over you needs to be sustained. Because the Aries who knows their own worth, but does not know the invisible circle that surrounds them, will inevitably go back to carrying heavy gazes that are not theirs. To never let the waiting warrior take over again, I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. This digital book is the definitive map to sustain this new identity of absolute clarity that was just declared over you. It provides the exact structure to maintain your frequency so that the hidden spark never has to dim its light again. Do not wait for the heavy gaze to return before you secure what was just revealed. You have already done the hardest part of the work by standing your ground in the dark. Now, you just need the energetic shield to walk freely in the light. I promised I would come back to this, but before we move forward, you need to know exactly how this envious cycle will try to return, because I assure you, it will try. I told you I would show you exactly how this envious energy will attempt to creep back into your life. Because the moment your field clears and the arrival of the golden anchor touches your reality, the invisible circle always tries to test your boundaries one last time. It wants to see if you will drop the shield and let the heavy gaze return to your shoulders. The first tactic the circle uses against you is the sudden urge to doubt the sign. Right after the breakthrough finally manifests, you will catch yourself thinking it is simply too good to be true. You will try to find the hidden flaw in the victory, bracing yourself for the other shoe to drop because you are so used to the delay. When this happens, your weapon is the declaration, "I claim what is mine." And then, you must physically write down the sign on a piece of paper. This simple action grounds the high frequency in the physical world and stops the doubt from floating in your mind, anchoring your victory exactly where the fog cannot reach it. The second tactic is the backhanded compliment from someone who notices your energy shifting. When the sign arrives, the people who quietly benefited from your waiting will suddenly act strange, distant, or overly critical. For some of you, this will be that one friend who immediately minimizes your good news with a passive-aggressive comment disguised as concern. For others, it will be a sudden wave of unexplainable fatigue right after a victory, as if someone just energetically siphoned your joy across the room. When this envious backlash hits, your weapon is the firm declaration, "Your weight stays with you." And immediately after they speak, you take a deep breath out, consciously blowing their heavy energy out of your field before it can attach to your aura. The third tactic is the impulse to overshare the arrival with people who haven't earned the right to hear it. Your natural Aries fire will want to celebrate, to announce to everyone that the long wait is finally over and the door is completely open. But broadcasting an unprotected victory is exactly how the cycle of delay restarts. When the powerful urge to tell everyone hits, your weapon is the declaration, "My victory is sealed." And then, you must keep absolute silence about the arrival for the next 24 hours, protecting its fragile first stages from any wandering eyes. These three weapons protect you from what I managed to show you today. But the cycle has more layers than can fit in one video. Because what will you do when the backhanded compliment tries to enter? When the timeline stalls again for no reason? When the nameless exhaustion returns after sharing good news and you don't have the exact protocol to shut it down? To arm yourself completely, I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is the complete map of the armor you need, so this circle of delay never catches you off guard again. I am not rushing you. I am warning you. Do not wait for the invisible circle to tighten again before you open the map. The cosmic window that allows this deep spiritual clearing is strictly tied to this exact moment in your timeline, and the energetic protection it offers will not wait for you to second-guess yourself. The digital book is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. Now I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. I need you to close your eyes for a second. Let your physical body catch up to the energetic clearing that is happening right now in this room. Drop your shoulders, Aries. Unclench your jaw. Take a slow, deep breath in and let that heavy, stagnant air completely out of your lungs. We spend so much of our lives bracing for impact, expecting the next stall, the next blocked door, that our muscles forget what it feels like to just stand freely without having to defend our space. Right now, in this exact moment, you do not need to fight anything. You do not need to push the timeline forward. You just need to be still and receive. Feel the temperature shift around you. Notice how the atmosphere in the room feels lighter, less restrictive, as the artificial fog that was sent to confuse you finally begins to lose its grip. Imagine that thick, heavy smoke that has been sitting on your shoulders and clouding your path for months. It felt so dense, so suffocating, making you doubt every step you took. But suddenly, right in front of you, a blinding flash of golden light, your true sign, the absolute arrival of the golden anchor, pierces straight through that dark fog. It is like a massive lighthouse cutting through a storm. Feel the physical weight lifting off the back of your neck. Feel your lungs expanding as the smoke clears completely from your chest. Look down and see the invisible threads of envy, those dark, thin cords of jealousy that were tied to your momentum, snapping one by one. Watch them burn up completely in the intense heat of this arrival, leaving your energetic field absolutely clean, shielded, and your path wide open for what is yours. Now it is time to drop what does not belong to you. Release the exhausting weight of the heavy gazes that never wanted you to win, returning that energy to its sender. Release the profound guilt of outgrowing the people who only celebrated you when you were standing still. Release the deep-seated fear of being seen, of being judged for your natural brilliance by those who prefer the shadows. Release the false belief that you are destined to always carve the grueling path for others, but never actually enjoy the beauty of the destination yourself. Instead, you must declare your true shape. You activate the waiting warrior, but not to fight. You transform the exhaustion of endless, invisible battles into a grounded, unshakable peace that no one can disturb. You activate the hidden spark, commanding your inner fire to blaze fully, completely unapologetic and utterly immune to the discomfort of those who cannot handle your light. You activate the blocked pioneer, reclaiming your absolute, undeniable right to walk down the exact glorious road that your own hands have built, without anyone standing in your way. Before we seal this, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this crossing, or if this is for you, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to return to you now that the delay is broken. I will read it, and you will not write this alone. Do not let go of this energy yet. We are not done. Stay with me. I seal the energy of your home against the shadows that tried to cross your threshold. I protect the unseen effort of your hands that others attempted to claim as their own. I shield the exact path where your next arrival is already moving toward you. I have watched you carry the weight of a delay that was never yours to bear, feeling the exhaustion of a timeline you thought you had broken. You asked me why every door seemed to slam shut at the exact moment you were finally ready to cross the threshold, and you wondered if I was testing your patience one more time. I saw you staring at that screen late at night, watching your progress stall for no logical reason, feeling completely drained. I felt the exact moment your heart sank, when you almost convinced yourself that you were meant to carry this frustration forever. You thought the sudden chill in those rooms and the bitter taste of empty compliments were just the normal burdens of outgrowing your old life, but I was the one making those environments unbearable for you. I made the heavy energy impossible to ignore because I could not let you settle in a place where your light was being silently siphoned. I did not block your finish line to punish your ambition. I held the door closed because if you had walked through it while blind to the invisible circle around you, the envy would have consumed your victory before it even had a chance to breathe. The sign you have been waiting for is simply too massive to be handed to you in the dark. I exposed the thieves at your door. I shattered the artificial fog, and I am handing you the key to the cleared path because your time of waiting in silence is officially over. The sudden doubt that tries to speak with your own voice about your new sign ends here. The backhanded compliment meant to siphon your joy and dim your light ends here. The impulse to broadcast your victory before it is fully anchored in reality ends here. Aries has never been too impulsive. Aries is not envied for arriving first. Aries is envied for having the courage others spend their lives pretending to have. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you. I saw you staring at that screen late at night, watching your progress stall for no logical reason, feeling completely drained. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of one thing before sealing this. What was cut here today is real, and the clearing of your energetic field is absolute. But tomorrow morning, the world will wake up and try to convince you that nothing has changed, and that heavy gaze will try to sit on your shoulders again to make you doubt what you just saw. You need to sustain the energetic clearing we achieved in this crossing, so you don't lose it by tomorrow. The definitive companion for this protection is the digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. This is the exact map to sustain the complete shielding that was just declared over you, securing your perimeter so the envious energy cannot find a crack in your armor. Do not wait for tomorrow to test the shield you have built today. There are thousands of Aries listening to this exact frequency right now, standing in the same silent realization as you. You are not walking this cleared path alone. If this voice found you today, if this truth lifted the weight off your chest, subscribe to this channel, not to become a number, but because the next message of this series is going to search specifically for those who have successfully crossed this first threshold. In the next video of this series, I will show you the exact energetic symptom that hits your body 3 days before the circle of envy tries to return, and why almost every Aries completely ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Aries, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far, you have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment, right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when that heavy gaze tries to return tomorrow to make you doubt your arrival, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of spiritual envy, and it is already within your reach. The lighthouse has permanently pierced the thick, artificial fog, and the invisible siege around your walls is finally broken. Now, you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was cut was cut. Walk light, Aries.